It's official, the Nigerian economy is in recession, but the federal government says it's not oblivious of the problems the Nigerian people are facing, and all hands are on deck to see a quick recovery from the economic downturn. Many thanks everyone for joining in. Well, our focus on the program is Buhari, President Muhammadu Buhari, and an ailing economy. Nigerian economy is officially in recession. What's the way out? But before we let the cat out of the bag on how events are unfolding, let's bring you up to speed on our top political stories.
The top political stories this time.
There are increasing calls for the federal government to declare a state of emergency following the recent figures from the National Bureau of Statistics showing an unprecedented decline of -2.06 from Nigeria's GDP. While addressing journalists in Abuja, the executive secretary of the center, Mr. Eze Onyekpere, says the Buhari administration owes Nigerians an explanation as they are yet to feel the impact of the president's economic policies. He advised government to cut down on spendings as well as come up with a clear template on how it intends to revive the economy.
They should lead by example. We don't need to see a president driving BMW or Rolls-Royce limousine cars or Mercedes-Benz. We want him to drive Innocent. We want him to drive Peugeot. We want him to lead by example.
The Federal Executive Council has approved a roadmap for the growth and development of the Nigerian mining industry in the country. This comes after the recent National Bureau of Statistics report of a -2.06 decline in Nigeria's GDP. Speaking on the outcome of the council meeting, the Minister for Solid Minerals, Dr. Kaide Fayemi, said the roadmap, which is to outline the contribution of mining to the growth of the GDP, is in line with the present administration's vision to diversify away from oil. Mr. Fayemi said an independent regulatory agency has also been set up to modulate the mining industry.
In the manner of what we've seen in the power sector, where you now have NERC, in the communication sector, where you have NCC, we're now going to have an independent regulatory agency in the mining sector.
If the desire for inclusive governance must be achieved, then women must stand united, irrespective of their differences, to support the Southeast political leaders. This was echoed at the 2016 Southeast August meeting, organized by the wife of the Imo State Governor, Nkechi Okorocha, at the Imo International Conference Center in Owerri, the Imo State capital, with the theme, Looking at the Next Generation of Mothers. The program was co-organized by the wife of the Governor of Anambra, Ebonyi, Abia, and Enugu states.
In getting the women's support.
Promoting girl-child education, eradicating poverty, and ensuring meaningful development for the people of the Southeast were some key areas of focus during the program, which attracted dignitaries from across the country.
Come together, mentor the young mothers, so that our children will not lose touch of our cultural edifices.
And in Nasarawa State, Governor Tanko Almakura has advocated a certain percentage of inclusion for people with disabilities in the policies of government at all levels, especially in the implementation of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals adopted by the federal government last year. He spoke during the National Stakeholders Retreat on the implementation of the SDGs. Mr. Almakura says people living with disability must be fully considered to eradicate poverty, which is the objective of the SDGs.
And you're up to date. Those are your top political stories you need to know.
Many thanks for staying with us. Well, President Muhammadu Buhari has paid a working visit to Osun State, and he took time out to talk about the economic challenges the country is being faced with, at this time. He says that, yes, indeed, the government is aware of the difficult times Nigerians are going through and the impact of that economic recession on the day-to-day lives of every citizen of the country. He is, however, assured that his administration is going to introduce programs aimed at promoting socio-economic change. The president said this when he was commissioning a 3,000 capacity government high school in Osogbo, the Osun State capital, as part of activities celebrating the state's 25th anniversary. Well, inasmuch as the president has said that he is definitely aware of all the challenges Nigerians are being faced with, the major opposition party in the country, the People's Democratic Party, says it's not taking the situation on ground lying low. The PDP has accused the All Progressives Congress of being confused and has also accused the President Buhari-led administration of ineptitude. He says the reason that Nigeria is officially in recession is because of the poor economic choices President Muhammadu Buhari. In a statement, the PDP said the federal government is destroying the economy and adds that Nigeria is in its worst economic state in 29 years. The party adds that the situation is worsened by the fact that every sphere of the Nigerian socio-political space is negatively affected owing to the implementation of what is described as the administration's archaic and incoherent policies. While we are following and keeping tabs on developments on the economic situation in the country, I would like to remind you that the people of Edo State are preparing to determine who their governor will be. The electoral umpire, the Independent National Electoral Commission, has been meeting with stakeholders, all the political parties involved, the electorate and the Nigerian police, and they say, the security operatives say that there is all the adequate logistic and security arrangements in place. The exercise is slated for the 10th of September. The police say they will deploy over 20,000 personnel for the election, while INEC has released figures for qualified voters. And 135,877 people are registered and were registered during the recent continuous voter exercise. So therefore, about over 1 million voters are expected, 1.9 million voters are expected at the poll. And Channels Television will bring you the most robust conversation about the election coming up on the 4th of September at 7 p.m. We'll bring together the top contenders in a debate right in the heart of the city of Benin, the Edo State capital. So follow us as we launch out on our social media platforms. You'll be able to watch live as well on mobile and on Facebook. You can also follow using the hashtag #EdoTheSite. Well, now to our major story of the day. Just yesterday, the National Bureau of Statistics released alarming figures on the economy. Nigeria's GDP for 2016 second quarter sank by -0.206%. On a year-on-year basis. As you can see, those are some of the figures there. Agriculture grew by 4.53% in the second quarter of 2016 as compared to 3.09% in the first quarter. And that's one of the reasons why the Minister of Finance actually said today that Nigeria is not all gloomy news. Yes, things do not look good, but there is a chance that the IMF prediction that Nigeria is going to end the year on a deeply negative note. There's a possibility that things might not look so bleak if the economy is diversified. Well, we'll take a moment now, and when we come back, we'll delve straight into the issues. Stay with us.